Total agreement about to be found between PSG and Al Hilal for Neymar. Neymar should leave Paris Saint-Germain during this summer transfer window, knowing that a total agreement is about to be found between the leaders of the Parisian club and their Saudi counterparts from Al Hilal. The Brazilian star, for his part, gave the green light to join Saudi Arabia. Neymar's departure from Paris Saint-Germain seems increasingly inevitable. While the Brazilian striker has failed to find his stride in the French capital since his arrival in 2017 from FC Barcelona, due to numerous injuries which kept him away from the field for a large part of his career. Adventure with the Parisian club, Saudi Arabia, for its part, continues to push hard to attract the former Blaugrana player into its nets for the next Saudi Pro League season, which started this weekend. In this case, as we revealed to you recently, it is indeed Al Hilal which has a head start on all its competitors, whether Saudi or European. Indeed, if the Barcelona leaders hope to bring Neymar back home, they will have to, like Lionel Messi before him, let the 20-year-old player slip away to another destination eventually. It must be said that the international Oraverd had to be attentive to the Saudi offer, knowing that the club based in Riyadh offered him a golden contract, €100 million per year, through his father and officer. Neymar gives the green light while the negotiations were already progressing very well between PSG and Al Hilal. They should be completed very soon, since a total agreement is about to be found between the Parisian leaders and their Saudi counterparts. Even if for the moment there is no definitive agreement, Neymar is also very interested in this new project far from Europe. The Brazilian striker from Les Rouges et Bleus even gave the green light recently so that his transfer could be completed as quickly as possible. The future of the latter, therefore, seems to be written further and further from Paris. Author of 118 achievements and 77 assists in 173 games played in all competitions over his entire stay in the French capital, Neymar will never have managed to enter the hearts of Parisian fans, but also observers of Ligue 1, the fault of a nonchalant attitude and a very disturbing lifestyle for a professional athlete. Despite the many disappointments, the Brazilian will have stayed several years at PSG before packing his bags very soon. Chelsea, things are getting clearer for Moises Caicedo after the Harry Kane saga. That of Moises Caicedo should soon come to an end. As Chelsea host Liverpool on Sunday, the Reds could well take revenge on the pitch. Indeed, the latter had, at the last moment, doubled the Blues to enlist the Ecuadorian, managing to agree with Brighton for a transfer estimated at more than €120 million. But the player only thinks of Chelsea and does not want to join Liverpool in any way. This prompted the London club to make a final offer of more than €130 million to afford the very promising Caicedo. It's only a matter of time. Indeed, the Daily Mail claimed that the 21-year-old midfielder is set to sign a contract until 2031 with Chelsea. Yet another long-term contract made by Todd Boehly and his family, who wish to spread the investment over time. Although the formalization has not yet taken place, Moises Caicedo should indeed form an exciting duo alongside Enzo Fernandez, unless the latter becomes a trio, if Romeo Lavia is also recruited. Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe, what now? While PSG and Mbappe are patching up, what will Real Madrid do in this case? This rather peaceful Sunday in August quickly gave birth to one of the biggest news of the summer. Kylian Mbappe is back in the Parisian group, as revealed by the capital club in an official press release sent to journalists. Subsequently, we also revealed to you exclusively that the tricolor striker now opens the door to a contract extension. He would thus be ready to return for an additional season, convinced by the good transfer window achieved by his management and by the upcoming departure of Neymar. Inevitably, a question arises, and Real Madrid in all this? Everything indicates that the people of Madrid are still at risk of seeing the Bondinois slip away from under their noses, they who were waiting for the end of August to position themselves on this rather complex file. What to do now? Attempting a desperate offensive to snatch Mbappe before he signs a new contract in Paris? Turn to a new attacker? Resign yourself and not recruit anyone? Not recruiting, the most likely option. The official version seems to push towards this third option. On several occasions in recent days, and well before this turnaround, Carlo Ancelotti has repeated that for him, the transfer window was over. Bluff or truth? Hard to know, of course, but the Spanish media seemed convinced that for the merengues, it was Mbappé or nobody. If the track leading to the Bondinois flies away, it is hard to imagine Real Madrid carrying out a kind of panic buy by going for another striker, especially since the few scorers tracked at the start of the transfer window like Harry Kane or Roberto Firmino have already found takers. It should also be noted that the experience of the 4-4-2 diamond with Bellingham behind a duo composed of Vinicius Jr. and Rodrygo Go seems to be fully convincing, with Joselu replacing Deluxe. A system which also worked rather well against Athletic on Saturday evening, and even if some fans think that it will not be enough in the big European duels, Ancelotti seems sure of his shot. And there is no doubt that if Mbappé extends his contract for only 1 year, we will still have a soap opera linked to the Bondinois in the summer of 2024. The coronation of Cristiano Ronaldo goes around the world. Harry Kane, already mocked for his debut with Bayern. Cristiano Ronaldo is forever. First title for Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. Cristiano Ronaldo, the first ambassador of the Saudi Championship, hit hard yesterday. Author of a double, the Portuguese offered the Arab Cup of Champion clubs to Al Nassr. We find the joy of champions on the cover of Ariadiyah. Led 1-0 and reduced to 10 against 11 against Al Hilal, Al Nassr was able to count on his star CR7, who planted a brace before leaving on injury, in tears. Enough to allow his club to win after extra time. The Al Watan newspaper speaks of world leader to qualify this first coronation of Al Nassr. At home, the Portuguese press pays tribute to Cristiano Ronaldo. The Record newspaper takes a photo of Ronaldo, all smiles with the trophy. The newspaper Ebola speaks of Ronaldo as the new king of Arabia. One thing is certain, CR7 may go to the other side of the world, the trophies follow him anywhere. The Harry Kane curse in Germany. Kane's first day at Bayern was eventful to say the least, as the Bild newspaper reported on Sunday. Signature in the morning and first match in the evening. The new number 9 of Munich played 30 short minutes during the German Super Cup and could not do anything. Big 3-0 defeat against RB Leipzig with a Dani Olmo on fire. The Spaniard slammed a hat-trick, including a sublime goal that left De Ligt on the spot. In Spain, Kane and his curse are laughed at, as you can see from the inside pages of the AS newspaper. Same for Marca, which evokes the frustrating beginnings of Kane because of the Olmo festival. At home, Kane's failed debut in Munich also made the front page of the Sunday Mail. But overall, it is the departure of the English serial scorer who is relayed across the channel. The Sunday Star says goodbye to the one who is now Bayern Munich's new number 9, and in German. Hey Jude. Real Madrid kicked off their season perfectly with a 2-0 win against Athletic. Serious and diligent, the people of Madrid made a successful debut in La Liga. And they were guided by a man, a certain Jude Bellingham, who had already scored his first goal in an official match with Real Madrid. The AS newspaper ignites and writes on its front page, the new chef is Bellingham. If Rodrygo opened the brand, it is the Englishman who makes the cover of the Madrid press. The Marca newspaper illustrates its front page with the celebration of Jude, worthy of a cathedral. Note that this victory did damage with the injury exit of Eder Militao, as relayed by Mundo Deportivo. The worst is to be feared for the Brazilian, who suffers from a knee injury according to the first words of his coach.